recognize Ms. Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I appreciate you holding this important hearing. In my home state of Florida, human trafficking is a problem that we are working very hard to combat. And to stop the exploitation and trafficking of children, it is very important. We need the federal government to partner with us and eliminate policies that are making children more vulnerable. I have here today a Florida statewide grand jury report dated March 29th, 2023, containing alarming details about federal agencies' roles in the placement of minors, unaccompanied alien children, or UACs, into unsafe and exploitative environments. Mr. Chairman, I request that this report be entered into the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
Among other things, the report shows that the number of UACs at the southern border increased from 27,000 to 127,000 between fiscal years 2015 and 2022. In fiscal year 2022, over 13,000 of these minors were housed in Florida. According to the report, the children interviewed knew very little about the individuals that transported them during their journey to the border, and disclosed that the individuals who transported them were coyotes. One child disclosed that during her journey, several members of her group were robbed, attacked by gang members, decapitated, and raped, and she disclosed that she herself was one of the victims of rape. The Florida grand jury report also found that roughly 40% of those initially categorized as UACs were age 17 or above, and included reference to the case of a 24-year-old murderer who made his way through the UAC system in order to ultimately murder his Florida sponsor. The killer's mother reported that he had entered the U.S. fraudulently because right there at the shelter, they helped me. This was a reference to financial aid and other assistance given by charitable organizations on both sides of the border. He presented fraudulent documents which were not spotted. As we work to protect children from being exploited, trafficked, and left vulnerable to deadly drugs, we need to have a clear picture of the role that our federal government, including the policies of the Department of Homeland Security, what they are and how they are affecting these children, and where we need to continue to improve them. So, Secretary Mayorkas, I'd like to start there. When Border Patrol agents encounter an unaccompanied child, does DHS cross-reference the UC portal to determine any simple details, such as, has this child been through our system and been processed before?
Congresswoman, I very much appreciate your concern for the well-being of children and your concern in the fight against human trafficking. It is precisely why, for the first time in the department's history, we have created a sixth mission set in our quadrennial Homeland Security Review, and that is the fight against human trafficking. It is precisely why we are devoting increased funds to the Center for Combating Human Trafficking, the CCHT. Just so that you understand, if I may, our role when we receive an unaccompanied child at the border, when we encounter an unaccompanied child. It is our legal responsibility under the law to transfer that unaccompanied child to the Department of Health and Human Services within
after 72 hours, correct? Now, when you have that child for 72 hours, are you in fact verifying that that child is a minor?
Of course, we seek to verify the age of that child, the identity of that child, before we transfer that child to the Department of Health and Human Services. And
do you cross-reference the portal to make a determination of whether or not that child has actually been put into our system, whether that child has been processed through your system before?
Congresswoman, I would be pleased to provide you, after this hearing, with the details of what exactly our Border Patrol agents do when they encounter an unaccompanied child and how they verify the identity and age of that child. I'd be very pleased to provide you with that information. And I must say that our Border Patrol agents do extraordinary work in the most difficult of circumstances for caring for those children.
Do those agents who are on that front line of their first point of contact for those children have any specialized training in trauma-informed care or verification of legal documents such that there's any quality control on ensuring that they know what they're seeing and they understand how to speak to these children?
Congresswoman, the Border Patrol agents are trained in a number of different areas, given the dynamism and complexity of the challenges that they confront, and I'd also be very pleased to provide you with details about that.
Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Hey, before you click on the next video, if y'all could do me a big favor and hit that like button. The algorithm loves it, and so do I, because it helps promote these videos and get the message out about what our government has been doing. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications, because every time I put out a video, you want to know about it, right? Thanks again, and have a good one. See you on the next one. Peace.